Hello?
Hello and welcome.
Holy moly. So, okay, adjust volume.
This is spooky now. It's like ingrained in our brains that we turn up at this time. So in 20 years' time, when this podcast is finished and we're old, we will just be turning up in Discord at this time, sitting looking at each other, going,
When the podcast is finished.
yeah.
You're so silly. Oh, what? Is that Peroty?
Cyrus Fries. Real name no gamer tags. A titan and a hunter on a podcast go round the outside. Round the outside. Round the outside. A titan and a hunter on a podcast go round the outside. Round the outside. Round the outside. Guess who's back? Back again. Robot respawns back. And brought a friend. Guess who's back?
Brought her friend.
Guess who's
Who's
back?
my friend?
Guess who's back? 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 Yes, you've guessed it. It's that big lovable pink panted titan with all the bullets. Peroty. Pause for applause.
That was wildly unnerving.
45 minutes of that. I heard the entire show was just going to be that.
Can we not do that? Yeah. So, welcome back, Peroty. We had to apparently fill some pretty big shoes while you weren't around. Apparently, you're a bigger deal than I thought, so whatever.
Some of the substitutes were loved, some of the substitutes were hated. We won't go into details here, but you know who you are, whichever case you were.
You say
both of them.
substitutes,
Don't
but
lie.
you meant the main host. One of the main hosts were loved. The other main host was hated.
There's only love here. There's only love and destiny. It's all good.
Welcome to Two Titans and a Hunter, a Destiny 2 podcast.
A show where we discuss tips, tricks, and tools to help all Guardians succeed and enjoy playing more.
What makes us different? Well, for starters, we're not streamers or YouTubers. We just have a passion for Destiny and are dedicated to keeping Guardians informed and up to date with all the latest Destiny 2 info, news, and opinions.
We encourage your questions and feedback. You can contact us either by email at twotitansandahunter@hotmail.com or on Twitter at twotitans_hunter.
Now, on with the show.
Greetings, minions. And welcome back to my show, Robot Respawn and the Two Titans, a Destiny 2 podcast. As always, I am your leader, host, the most enigmatic, opinionated and rantable robot, Respawn. Joining me as always are those lovable scamps, the Titans who I keep around for just funsies. The team that really needs no introduction. But I will give them one anyway. Due to contractual obligations. British Dad, Nitedemon and the facilitator, Peroty.
Oh, thank you very much, Robot Respawn, for that lovely introduction there.
I like
Nitedemon.
Parody's title too. I understand, like, I have a lot of good titles in there and it's appreciated, but Peroty, the gentleman and the facilitator, that's a title, sir. That's a title you should be proud of.
I am Respawn. I am.
Respawn.
I love the fact that I'm still Nitedemon. There's no double N in there, but I'm still Nitedemon.
I love it.
You will for now forever be Nitedemon.
Yeah. I love how the first podcast when Peroty wasn't here, they called him out as Nitedemon. I was like, that's a good throwback. I should go back to calling him that. You know.
Mhm. You really
Because
should.
a lot of people didn't get it, and I got tired of having to explain why I call him Nintendo Man. But see, now other people, it's a thing. It's a household name. You know, it shouldn't be
Don't
ignored.
explain it. It's just kind of like a choose your own adventure. Just
it's
do
just
it
Nintendo
and
Man,
let
yeah.
people, come up with their own lore around it. If they
There
don't
you go.
remember, just make up a
Yeah.
reason. It's fine.
Yeah. What do you call him, Nintendo Man?
You don't have to go back and listen to the
I
rest
have
of
a
the
show
the
called
shows
Two
that
Titans
happened
and a
before.
Hunter, right? You should go back and listen to every episode till you find out why we call him Nintendo Man.
Mhm.
There you go. More downloads. Ta-da!
It's in the back catalog somewhere.
Did you miss us? You missed us, didn't you?
Not as much as you missed me.
You say you. I hope you mean you as in him, not you as the royal you.
It was more the royal you, just you and him and the listeners and Twitch as a whole and just
Listen, the
everyone.
listeners I can't control, but as far as me missing you, I thought it a welcome vacation.
It was just giving you a chance to try out some other wingmen. That's all. That's all this really was. It wasn't even a vacation at all. I've been home the whole time.
Oh,
There was
I
no
see.
travel. There was no air flight. No, none of that really happened.
Yeah.
All an elaborate ruse.
The only positive thing I would say is whenever Fuzz goes on, he can be angry like me, but he's angry in a way that he can explain properly.
He's an
so
eloquent.
people can understand. Yeah, he's an
Mhm.
eloquent anger.
It's an eloquent rage. Yes.
Yeah. Whereas I'm just angry, loud noises, crashing sounds, and whatever. Right? He's like, okay, I'm angry. This is why I'm angry. You guys suck, and I don't care, kind of thing.
Yeah. This is why your game is boring. I won't play it because the fun is gone. You've taken the fun.
He still plays it
sucked
though.
out. You've put it over there in the puddle, and now it's just a puddle of fun over in the corner, and it's sad.
So, no. So here I got some Bungie rage. It's game related, but it's more the store than anything
Jeez.
else, right? So
But
your
can you
pin.
explain it better
So
than
can we-
Preston
can we-
did
can
last
we-
week?
Can we bottle it and get to a certain point in the show, or does it
But-
need to be bubbled out now?
Okay. There's nothing in the show that's going to relate to it, so there's not really a good point in
We
the
can
show.
no. We can just purely go. We have a respawn ramp for you. Go.
Okay, so your pin. Remember when you ordered that pin from Bungie, right?
Yes, that
And
is
it
now
took
turned
you-
up.
Yeah. Okay. How long did it take you to turn it up?
It's
I imagine
March.
it took him no time at all, but it took
March.
Bungie lots of
I
time.
ordered it in March.
You
Yeah,
did.
it took them a
Okay.
long time.
So remember the raid, What's
Yes.
that?
Have you got your jacket back yet?
That's the thing, right? So it's been what 9 months since that raid has
seen
been
loads of people
has
with
been
them.
out, right? It's about 9 months,
Mhm.
give or take, I think, since that they first came out. I got an email last week with
Yep.
a FedEx tracking number. Finally, right? I'm like, oh, FedEx, cool. It's gonna be
Yep.
here anytime soon.
Closer.
Not only did it take them 9 months to even get the jacket in a state where it can be shipped, but they choose the absolute slowest way you can FedEx a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the email it says, oh, it'll be here the 22nd. That was 11 days from when I got the email. I just, you couldn't overnight it. After making me wait 9 months, you couldn't overnight it. Hell, you couldn't even 2-day it. You had to take the worst, the cheapest, the absolute slowest way to FedEx anything you could have done, right?
Mhm.
Hell, if they'd have
Mhm.
sent it USPS, it would have gotten here faster than the FedEx that they chose. It's ridiculous. So if you're going to buy anything from Bungie, don't. Flat out. It took him from March.
Or
No.
do, and just know that it's just going to be months to be shipped to you, unless it's
And
in stock
it
there and
shouldn't
then.
be
Those
months,
those
though.
jackets weren't in stock. I know those jackets weren't in stock, and maybe those pins weren't in stock when I clicked on the button to purchase it. But this is where we are
Maybe they
now.
were out of-
6 months later.
Man, and today I was gonna do the Cajun voice, right? Where I have the accent of where I grew up and where all my family basically lives, right? And
But
when
then
I
you
go
didn't,
to
and now we're sad.
manually do it, I realize that I can't do it on demand, right? Apparently, according to my wife, I have to spend a few minutes with a member of my family in order for me to, sound
While
just
you get
like
them on the phone,
Nope, not gonna do it.
I
It's too
will
late.
read next week.
Maybe
in
next
Destiny.
week.
Go
Language
and make
immersion.
the phone call. Make the phone call. It needs to
It's
happen.
too early. It's too early.
People need to hear
It's
this.
only 9 o'clock there.
Wake
that
someone
early.
up.
It's only an hour earlier
It's
than
not
it
that
is here.
early.
Yeah, 9 o'clock is not that early.
For people on a Saturday in Louisiana, it's early.
Then they'll just sound angry Cajun, which fits your tempo immediately. So what's the problem here?
I would
This
say
week
to our
at
listeners,
Bungie-
well, you've got that to look forward to next week. But let's face it, he's going to forget by next week, which is why I was pressing him to do it now. So,
No, I'm gonna
next
get
week in
it's,
respawn.
it's not even a
I'm
50-50
gonna do it.
chance.
I'm gonna do it.
Not even a 50-50 chance.
I got you, bro. I
He's going
got
to do
you.
it. Oh, okay,
So-
I'll try and message you before the show so that
Uh-huh.
we have a different speaking voice of respawn.
Yeah.
Yep.
So next
Yeah.
week in respawn, Cajun is to be boosted all week long.
Asian, like Gambit.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, we're not calling it infamy anymore, are we? Why are we still referring to
We're
it
calling
as
it
infamy?
reputation.
We
Well,
are
it's
Enjoy
still
your
currently
boosted
just for
infamy.
now.
gambit.
just for now.
Okay.
It
Enjoy
is
your
currently
boosted
infamy, though.
Gambit
Yeah.
XP from the Drifter all week long. No, I'm changing it now. I'm ahead of the curve. We're
But-
getting ahead of the curve, guys.
But the curve is wrong. The
Mhm.
curve isn't there yet. The curve hasn't turned. Right?
Curve hasn't curved.
We're
Right.
we're preempting the curve to warn people.
But
Look,
that's
you're going to
bad
get
math.
lots more XP if you can get the wins in Gambit next week. 20th of July, this starts. We can light things up when Team Scorch comes to the Crucible. Peroty, I'm glad you're back.
I know it was really rough for you explaining what Clash was. It was very very difficult.
Team Scorch now.
I did a good
What
job
is-
on momentum control.
What is Team Scorch?
You did. Team Scorch says you get a Scorch Cannon, you get a Scorch Cannon, and Nitedemon gets 2 Scorch Cannons.
What's a
He
Scorch
has more
Cannon?
arms.
I'm new to Destiny. I've never heard
Big-
of a Scorch Cannon.
Big
Is that a
giant
new
flame.
rocket launcher?
It's a rocket launcher that shoots fire. Flamethrowing rocket
Oh.
launcher. And everybody runs around. That's the only
It
weapon
has
you
100
have.
shots in it.
So it's very similar to Laser Tag Weekend in the Crucible, but except it's giant fireballs coming at you every single way, where every map turns into the room that goes boom, and you try to stay alive, and you fail, and everybody dies. But there's a weekly challenge, so if you haven't stepped into it at all this season, it's worth getting the 25 or 50 kills, which really shouldn't take you that long, because it's just absurd chaos and mayhem.
Hmm.
Or you could play the game that I like to play when I'm in Scorched, which is I have 100 rockets. Can I get down to 0? That's the game that I like to play.
That's the
Even
And
though I'm
the
just
answer to
standing in a
that
corner
is
firing off loads and
no.
loads of, I can get down to 50. I have yet to get down to 0 before
That's
somebody comes
actually
and
a pretty
finds me.
good. That's actually pretty good though. Getting
know.
down to 50.
That's an
You
accomplishment.
fire what? One every second or so? Is it 1 or 2 a second? What's the fire rate? It's like 1 a second,
I've
right?
no idea. I don't
Yeah.
time it.
Yeah,
But it's a sub
It's on
it's
the
a sub
slower
game that I
end.
like to play by myself.
So staying alive for let's say 50 seconds while you're in a game where everybody's got these rocket launchers that blow up everything everywhere. That's not bad.
Yeah, and there's 6 of
That's
them
not
all
bad.
hunting
mean,
you.
I have explained. I have explained that I do cheat a little bit. I'm hovering over doorways with the Lion Rampants on my Titan, so that gives me that extra boost above the doors. And I think I lift on there as well, so I'm kind of floating above doorways to get away from people. So as they run in, I'm just like boom, dead. I mean, I've got up to about 11 kills, I think, in maximum in a row, because I like to also do that as well. So I'm playing 2 kinds of games. How many kills can I get in a row, and how many rockets can I actually get down to? That's the game that I like to play by myself.
Yeah, that's one where if you're a warlock going, I hate Crucible and I don't want to go in there, bring your floaty warlock into Team Scorched. You can just soar over the battlefield and nuke people from above.
Nuke from above. That doesn't sound fun.
Well, then you can always just go stop the Warden Servitor and the Warden of Nothing Nightfall.
Got 'em.
That'll be our Grandmaster as well for this week as well.
Mm-hmm.
Which supposedly is one of the easier ones, I'm told.
Yeah. Speaking of our Grandmasters, the YouTuber above, that's his name. Remember,
Yep. his
has a
name is
full
above.
list
Sure do.
of
above
Grandmaster
you.
guides. And again, I've updated the last week's one, which is the Inverted Spire. So I will update the Warden of Nothing as soon as that is updated by him. And then the following week will be the Disgraced, because that's the last one in the rotation.
I don't
And
think
then
he's
it's
real.
either that week.
He needs to be on the show so I can verify that he's a real person. Because I think you're
Okay.
just being cheeky with the name above.
You know, we're not an interview show. That
I don't
we pass that over to the other guys.
I
that do
didn't say
interviews.
interview. I just said just have him on here.
Just randomly have. We could just randomly invite people. Yeah.
It's
Why not?
it's really less interview and more interrogation at this point.
Not even that. Just come have fun in the chaos.
Yeah.
Give us your 2 cents about why it's good or bad.
So yeah, we've got the Warden of Nothing next week, and then the week after will be the Disgraced. And I'm not sure whether when we have the Disgraced is when it unlocks all of the last couple of Grandmasters, so that it's in the selectable version, so that you can do that, or it's the week after that. So stay tuned, because Bungie may not tell you, but we'll have a look at see if what we can work out.
I think they
So,
said
yeah,
it
we
was the
have the
last
list of
3
those.
weeks that they were all available for.
Hear it, Peroty.
So I don't remember if we're at week
Okay.
3 or week 4. I think we have one more week to wait until the last 3 weeks of the season, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
No, it's the last
we
3
are
weeks. You're right, dude.
okay. So then it will be next week is week 11. The
Yeah, so
week
basically you have
of the
August.
disgrace will be week 12, and then 13, 14, and 15. So it'll be the week after then. Okay, fair enough. There you go. Real-time update.
Dun, 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 dun.
If there's any more tips and tricks that kind of come up, because there is a couple of cheese forevers in there, and all the players, they've got all these guys have got some tips and tricks I've bundled together in our show notes. If you want to kind of look at that to help you when you are doing the Grandmasters in the next couple of weeks.
And I
Should
feel
we have
like
a look at our lost sectors? Sorry.
we should, but I feel like I should mention there's a very small hotfix that went in 3.2.1.1 on the 15th of July, which I wouldn't mention here because your weapons where they fixed an issue about the World Shaper ornament for the Izanagi's Burden would sometimes cause ADS issues when zooming in. Not that important.
It would cause what?
ADS issues when zooming in.
ADS.
The Triumph, they fixed the Catalyst Competitor Triumph for not showing when players who completed during the Guardian games. But they did also fix an issue where players could exit the play area during the Glassway boss fight. So if you're thinking, I'm going to do the Glassway strike, I'm going to do it as a Grandmaster, I'm going to cheese it and hide under the map, not so much.
Okay,
Now,
so I'll
you
remove
choose a
that
day or
one.
two to find a new way to do it, but they did specifically fix that issue for the Glassway boss fight out of map glitch in this hotfix that went live this week.
Sorry, Cheese, that one's been deleted from the list.
Until he puts out a new video. Give him time.
I honestly don't understand that. I mean, it was around the last couple of times we had the Grandmasters and the Glassway, and he then highlighted it again, said, "Oh, look, this is still available." It then gets patched. He goes, "Well, there's another one on this side. You can go under this one," and they patch that. It's like, why are you patching it then? Because everybody that wanted to kind of do it quickly got it done when it was the Grandmaster that week. It's only us poor unfortunate folks that couldn't get our light up maybe until the last week or the last 3 weeks, as you pointed out, to do it. And then we're the ones that like the cheese. We're the ones that do appreciate the cheese.
That might
And
need
now you kind of
the cheese.
might need the cheese, and we're the ones that are being
Scuffed out of it. Yep.
yeah
Fortune doesn't favor those who, don't jump on it immediately.
yeah.
That's not how that goes. Even a little bit.
No. Well, I mean, we were trying to be bold, but we were not so bold. So, yeah.
So our lost sectors for this coming week of the 20th of July,
Yep.
Monday the 19th. So this is just before reset. So you have the Exodus Gardens 2A on the Cosmodrome, and that will be giving you your helmets. And Abontis has a video for that. Tuesday the 20th on the reset will be the Vel's Labyrinth on the Cosmodrome, and that will give you your legs if you're searching for those, and that's Abontis again. Wednesday the 21st will be the Empty Tanks Tangled Shore Lost Sector, and that'll be your gauntlets. Thursday will be your K1 Logistics Moon, and that'll be your chests. And that's Time Sausage Gaming. Friday the 23rd will be PV Shifty on the Moon, giving you the K1 Communion, and that'll be your helmets. Saturday the 24th, Bontis has you covered on the Moon for K1 Crew Quarters, and that'll be your legs again for that week. And then Sunday the 25th, Bontis again on the Moon will give you your K1 Revelations Guide for gauntlets. Reminder again, make sure that you are spending all your Vanguard tokens up at Zavala before the end of the season. Just go and chuck them at him, get some shards, and be happy about it.
Right.
They are
And if
changing
you're one
that.
of those guys that are like, oh, well, he doesn't have anything for me anyway. Well, he's got legendary shards. Yeah. That's what he's got. A lot of them, depending on your tokens. So might as well get them.
If you missed the Bungie Day Ramen code emblem, I will reiterate it to you now. It's Yankee Romeo Charlie, Charlie 3 Delta Yankee November Charlie. And you go to the Bungie website, stick in the codes for that, and then you can get a nice red spicy ramen emblem.
It's pretty.
He's here, but he's not Purdy.
It's pretty. Not Peroty. It's Peroty.
He goes by both
Respawn.
names.
He
Mhm.
goes by both names. Is that right?
And sometimes
My bad.
poultry. It all depends. So yeah, that was my question: is there anything worth getting out of Zavala? I mean, I'm gonna try to shove my like 7,000 tokens into his big dumb face, but do I even need to care what comes out the other end? Just delete them all and move on with life.
Pay attention to the armor, because even though it's going to be low as far as light, you might get lucky with a high roll for whatever you're looking for in armor.
Yeah,
So-
that's one thing I was thinking. At least just see what the numbers are that come out, and if something comes out, yeah, particularly, yeah, it has one stat particularly good. Keep it at least to throw into a set somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, is
Yeah.
it a guarantee? No, but it's a could be. It's a
Yeah.
what if, I guess.
And I do remember that they changed the way that Zavala, the Drifter, and Shax all kind of worked with what they were dropping. The armors were specific to those Gambit strikes and Crucible, but the weapons, I believe, they changed to a world loot pool, which only had like a certain amount of weapons in there. So no matter where you threw your tokens at, or you picked up your packages from, it was the same set of weapons that you could get from all three vendors. So
Mhm.
there may be some good rolls in there of weapons because they changed it up. I honestly can't remember what's in there.
I thought once upon a time, like when this change first happened, you had a list. Didn't you have a list that you posted in one of our shows? Or was that something else?
Well, there's probably like a world loot pool list of guns
Yeah.
somewhere, or at least community compiled. But who knows if that's been changed since then? I haven't kept track. That's for sure.
So your Eververse for the 20th of July. We'll start off with the silver bundle, or the silvers for the what's in the silver cabinet for this next week. We've got the Cabal Skipper, which will be 1,000 silver, and that's your emote. We have the Argent Dusk, which is your ship, which will be 800 silver. We have the Tropical, which is your ghost shell with this big sunglass on its face and the kind of hat and a little flower on the side, and that will be 600 silver. And then we have the No Fair emote, which will be 500 silver. And then for your Bright Dust, we have the Moat Juggler, which is 3,250 Bright Dust. We have the Buoyant Shell, which is your Ghost Shell for 2,850 Bright Dust. By Valve projection, I'm going to say. This will be 1,500 Bright Dust. Your Pomegranate Gloss, which will be 300 Bright Dust. The Fishing Emote. This was one that's gone back to year one. This was one that just every time you kind of throw out your hook, pull out a boot, a fish, whatever. So it does mix it up. 3,250 Bright Dust. If you didn't buy the Ghost Shell this current week that looks like a baby shark, so that's the Buoyant Trap, it will be available this coming week for 2,850 Bright Dust. We have the Aurorum Pace, which is your Sparrow, which will be available with 2,500 Bright Dust. Summertide Kite Ship, which will be 2,000 Bright Dust. Future High Five, which will be 1,250 Bright Dust. And Score, which is your ornament for the Sturm, which will be available for 1,250 Bright Dust. And the Sandcastle Transmat Effect for 450 Bright Dust. And that's your Eververse for the next week, week 11 that we're currently in.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Excellent. What are we talking about? Okay.
The TWAB that you've watched 2 minutes of.
I have it open in a tab. Also, I've dropped two things in the chat where it's talking about the vendor 2 loot pool as of season 11. I don't know if it's
Ooh.
changed much since then. And also all of the legendaries in the game that you can get right now in the world pool as of today. So there you go. You can drop those links in if anybody's interested.
Are you not going to
I
read the
did a
people the
thing!
links?
Hell no! You know how many weapons are in the...
First 2
Oh,
minutes
come
only.
on. Come
Nope,
on.
not gonna do it. No, dude.
Why
No, it's all the common
Yeah.
ones that everybody knows about anyway, like the freaking Aaron Till FR4 and the freaking Truth Teller, all that good stuff. Yeah, that's what's in there.
It's a mixed bag, is what you're saying.
It is a mixed bag. but like I don't think they've added the new weapons from the last like 2 seasons in there. I don't
Okay.
know, but whatever. That's what I found. So take it with a grain of salt, but it gives you at least a kind of an idea of what to look for. Parody. It is these weapons at a minimum, and any new ones if possible. So there you go.
So if I was a new player, what
No.
what weapons would you recommend me
The
looking
Air
for if
Kill
you are?
FR4 is a good one. It's a really, really good fusion rifle. It was nerfed a couple patches ago, because it was just so good in the Crucible. It's still really good in the Crucible. People are now using like the plug one or whatever, which is like a mid-range thing, but the Air Intel can still reach out and touch you from.
So you're telling people to look out for a sunsetted weapon that's probably not in the loot pool. Good, good. I'm glad you're on
right
top of
there.
this.
Elathra FR4. It's in the loophole right there.
That's
Oh, it was-
Elathra.
yeah,
That's not
what did I say?
Aerentil.
Oh,
Yeah, those are very different words.
my bad. Elathra.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
It's still just as good as the Air Intel. It was always either that or the Air Intel. They were the top two. So
No. Okay.
yeah,
don't
it
listen
was,
to him
dude.
then. Don't listen
It
to him.
was. The old fashioned is a decent hand cannon that was used in the Crucible for a while. Hawthorne's Field Forward Shotgun just got kind of a buff.
Are you looking at the same list I'm looking at? Because I'm not seeing what's in. Are you looking at the Blueberries GG World Loot Pool?
No,
I mean, just-
Bungie.net.
Okay, I mean,
Bungie.net.
just briefly glancing at the Blueberries GG World Loot Pool ones.
Oh.
First and last out, shotgun's not bad. Falling guillotine and the temptation hook are both in there. So if you don't like your roll or want a better one, last perdition pulse rifle can be fun. If you don't have the one true gnawing hunger, that's back in there. Truth teller rocket launcher.
Gnawing Hunger you can also get from vendors, by the way. Just so
but
you know.
can't get the one true gnawing hunger, so all of the rest of them are not worth getting. The
How do you
Ikelos
know?
SMG 1.0.2 because it was a curated role that they took out of the game.
Oh, that one.
when
Okay,
reckoning
yeah.
went away. The Ikelos SMG 1.0.2 is in there, which is good fun. Night Watch Scout Rifle.
Yep.
Nature of the Beast, nice energy arc hand cannon.
Bad Omens is a good
That has
rocket
sort of
launcher.
a good kick to it.
I can roll with impact casing, tracking rounds, and cluster bombs or whatever, all on one rocket launcher. So Bad Omens isn't bad. Toil and Trouble is another one of the shotguns, and the Witchbringer is another shotgun that both got kind of a buff, air quotes there.
Yeah, Crown Splitter and Quick Fang both. If you're looking for a sword for a particular class.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah,
there's,
but
there's some stuff in there that's worth finding, and yeah, there may be some additional stuff they've thrown in that isn't on this list. But yeah, so yeah, I think it boils down to toss your tokens at the man, see what comes out. Maybe it's garbage, maybe it's not. Who knows?
it's mostly garbage.
Some of it is good, and I think if
That's how
you
this
are a
game
new
works.
player, you might as well kind of have a look at some of the rolls on some of the weapons. And if you are a new player, you've got 500 spaces in that lovely, fresh-smelling vault to chuck
Don't do it.
all the
It's
rolls
bad.
in.
Yeah, and then you should take all those rolls to d2checklist.com and compare them all and get rid of all the garbage ones and keep the ones that it tells you are good.
Dim also
Or
does that, by
You
the
can
way.
go to Destiny Item Manager
Mhm.
and have a
Exactly.
look at everything that you've just thrown in the vault, compare it against each other, so you can see, oh, I really do like these combinations. I will keep that one. It may not be a meta one, but it may be one that you like.
I wish they would allow us to delete stuff from Destiny Inventory Manager and parodies, right?
No.
Because that would make management so much better.
No.
Why are you trying to delete my things?
No, not
You
your
keep
things.
your fingers
Site you
away
were
from
talking
my
about.
things.
What?
No, but Destiny Item
Oh.
Manager will give you the option to select items to say what you want on it, and I use that quite regularly to go through and go, okay, I'm going to have a look at all these different roles and select several to go in the junk pile. Once I've selected it to go in the junk pile, it then puts a little symbol on it saying that it's junk. I then move all of the stuff that I want off of a specific character and all the junk onto that character, and then just delete everything off that one character. Simples.
Ditto. And yeah, Dim will do it, and Dim is a beautiful tool. There's something about the D2 checklist I like more. I just like the way it's laid out more for my big dumb brain to look at. But yeah, either way, both will get you there.
Also, who's got the Back to the Future ringtone? Because beautiful.
That's me. We've been
Love
over
it.
this so many times.
Yeah.
I'm a Back to the Future fan. You're a Back to the Future fan.
Yeah,
And
but
now we've gone
remembering
Back to
that
the
we've gone
Future
over this
remembering this.
multiple times.
Let's stop all this faffing about and get on with the TWAB, guys.
No.
This week at Bungie for the 7th of July 2021. Peroty go.
Which day of July?
He's got to type it again. Give him a minute.
Mm-hmm. Can't be the 7th of July. We did that one
No.
already. That was
Yeah.
the past. Now July is 7, so I'll award Robot Respawn partial credit. However, I would prefer to look at the 15th of July, because I believe earlier TWABs have already been covered.
A little bit. Yeah.
How is that to you, Robot Respawn?
I hate you, Peroty.
Whatever you want.
So this week at Bungie, we talk rituals and reputation. And we're going to do that by telling you that week 2 of Solstice of Heroes has begun, which you may be ignoring or you may be playing. Between celebrating your accomplishments over the last year and the return of sunlight to the last city, things are feeling pretty good. So make sure to pack some sunscreen on your way to the EAZ. You wouldn't want to get sunburned. Bungie, my character has not seen the light of day since approximately 2015. Sunburn is not a problem. Also, EXO. Don't have a sunburn problem. We're good.
Also, armor?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Haven't seen the light of day. My character may not have a head anymore. It may just be a helmet at this point. We have 6 weeks until the new season. There are many of us who have an insatiable appetite for content, but there's always going to be some time to relax during the seasons of Destiny, giving folks time to catch up or just a breather from the fight against the darkness. We think it's about time to start trickling in some fun details, a few little snacks here and there, and some bite-sized treats to enjoy if you're still chewing on a full season of overrides, expunges, and more. So this week, our Season of 15 appetizer comes in the form of ritual reputation updates. So yeah, new season is coming, and this is what Nitedemon was referring to earlier. They're changing the name of reputation. We're getting rid of all the silly names we used to call things, and now it's just going to be Gambit, Crucible, and Strikes. Except we're going to keep Glory around because we need to, because it's important.
Informative.
I keep waiting for Nitedemon to jump in and tell me I'm doing it wrong. I've gotten this far. I want a power trip.
No. I made it pretty clear. I think it was last week that you're reading the whole TWAB.
That's what I figured. So this week, Rituals lead Alan Blay will be walking us through some of the great changes the teams are working on to unify the reputation experience of our ritual activities. As a warning, we are going to be diving a little deeper into the details here, so if you're a D2 novice, don't be afraid to ask questions. Bungie will be more than happy to answer them after the TWAB is live. They'll be happy to answer them. Will they, though? Who really knows? So, Alan says, hey Guardians, Season 15 brings us the next step in our ritual unification that started way back in Season 13. So, over the last few seasons, we've been looking into a way to create the unified experience when playing ritual activities in Destiny 2. Starting with Crucible and Gambit, we've created the new vendor reputation system and reward tracks. We did some back-end work at the start of Season 14 to prepare for the larger scale changes to these reputations, while also preparing for the introduction of Vanguard ranks. Before we dive deeper on Vanguard ranks, let's talk a little bit about how we can't talk about things at all because reading is very hard. I need someone to dub this. Perhaps Sir Ian McKellen can help me out. Let's talk a bit about the updates to the reputation system overall as we prepare for the future where more vendors are given a similar treatment. So in Season 15, that's the one that starts in August, ritual reputation systems on Lord Shaxx, the Drifter, and Commander Zavala will be known as Crucible, Gambit, and Vanguard ranks. The names Infamy and Valor will be retired. Glory will continue to live as our competitive Crucible reputation system, because Shaxx says so.
Delightful!
We're introducing Trials ranks in Season 15. More about that later. We're rebalancing all ranking systems to have a similar progression times. So Bungie's goal is to let our players reset their Valor, Crucible, and Gambit ranks slightly faster on average than Valor currently allows. There will no longer be ritual-specific rules that impede progress. They are removing win streak bonuses in exchange for activity streak bonuses. Reputation bonus weeks have been standardized for a 2x multiplier when active, so when there's increased Gambit, Crucible, or Vanguard, it'll give you a double multiplier. Bounties will no longer provide reputation as rewards, but primarily focus on XP. So, how, why, how is all this being done? How much are you going to get? What does this change? Are you happy? Are you sad? Is Respawn revving up for a ramp? For a rant?
I have no opinion on this whatsoever. It's just
I mean, I figured you were, but it's hard to say.
no, it doesn't affect me in any way, shape, or form. I might play Gambit, but other than that, it's just a thing.
Then
Man,
it's a win for everyone. So Bungie looked at how long it would take for players who win nearly every game to reset their reputation to players who would lose nearly every game to reset theirs. And the total time was only about twice as fast, rather than, the 3 to 4 times as fast right now. So overall, Bungie expects about 2/3 of your reputation to come from simply playing the activity. If you win matches in Crucible or Gambit, it'll be a bit faster, about twice as fast. If you go in and just roll through and win every single thing. So they're closing that gap between winning everything and losing everything. And as they mentioned, Glory will continue to live as a competitive Crucible reputation system, and will also retain win streaks for faster ranking. So no other plans around Glory right now, but there will be changes coming to that in the future. So for the Vanguard ranks, Crucible Zavala, Commander Zavala is getting a full ritual reputation like Shaxx and the Drifter before him. And as we've said before, tokens are being retired, so spend them all before the new season starts. So players may earn Vanguard reputation when completing the following activities: strikes, nightfalls, and battlegrounds. So I guess that's nice. The battlegrounds are in there. No one wants to do battlegrounds, but it's nice that they're available.
Well, thus far, battlegrounds have not counted towards anything aside from your charges or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The fact that now
At
it's going
least
to
they're good for
increase your
something.
Vanguard rep, yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and with the activity streak, at least if you just go in and grind through a bunch of them, it'll give you a bonus in that regard.
With that in mind, don't forget there are certain triumphs that you can unlock whilst wearing like the full armor sets from the season of the Chosen, and I think like wearing a full armor set will give you more towards progression on that. So don't forget there are things that you can kind of, if you are looking at the triumphs like I do, and I'm thinking I haven't got really time to go in there. There's not any reason to go in there. I'll do it when I can, kind of thing. I mean, like we had with the Solstice, when there was a point of going in there, I made sure that I put on the certain armor pieces and then put the armor piece from the Solstice on. That when I went into the battlegrounds, everything kind of counted. So I did make a bit more progression, but it's things like that. I mean, I didn't think about it when Battlegrounds was here, but I'm now thinking about it towards the end of the seasons, thinking, well, when season 15 comes, we'll only have like whatever's left on that season to complete anything that we've missed triumph-wise for the past couple of seasons, because ultimately they're going to shake the game up, aren't they? So those things will be disappearing, potentially.
Indubitably.
And so now they say, Nightfalls will give different bonuses based on completion medals, which can be earned through the high scores, like defeating all champions, bronze, gold, silver, and platinum. Nightfalls grant reputation multipliers depending on the difficulty of the Nightfall selected. The most difficult the Nightfalls, the higher the multiplier will be. That seems like it's all the same. Zavala will also have the full reputation reward lines, similar to the ones they added to the Shaxx and Drifter in Season 13. So powerful rewards will be granted every third rank, and Ascended Shard will be granted when resetting for the first time. So that's where your golf balls, your shards, all your lovely little things will come from, that you have to go visit the vendor to reset. So if you're just grinding your way through Nightfall, grinding your way through Strikes, grinding your way through Battlegrounds, you'll be able to get those monetary rewards, your golf balls, your shards, your things you need to master work and upgrade stuff, just by playing those things, as opposed to then having to jump into Gambit or Crucible to get those, as you've had the last two. So as we said above, they're introducing activity streaks in Season 15 versus win streaks. So the longer you stay in Vanguard activities, either playlists or direct launch from the director, the larger your streak bonus will be. Guardians can leave the matchmaking queue to snag bounties from the tower or clean out their postmaster in the helm without losing their activity streak. As a note, quitting activities or going AFK for prolonged periods of time will invalidate your streak, so you actually have to play if you want your streak to stay alive. as with
Really, do you
Crucible
like
and
the sound of
Gambit.
this?
It
Yeah.
sounds better. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I
if
like the fact that, yeah, if I'm playing like Iron Banner and I'm just playing Iron Banner, there's going to be more reward for me to actually just carry on, just keep playing, playing, and playing. I'd
Like
like a
you
kind
need
of
that. No. You're not gonna pass this
What?
off like it's no. Look, you would play Iron Banner if they rewarded you nothing at all because you have a problem, you have an addiction, and you need help. All right.
I think I do have an addiction to the whole game as a whole, but Iron Banner I particularly enjoy. Yeah, but I think there needs to be maybe some kind of on-screen timer because if you are in the tower and you kind of go to the toilet and you
dear
come back
sir,
and you see a
you played
2 minute
for
timer.
400 hours of Iron Banner. You
I-
need
I'm
to step away, care for your children, check on your family, see
No,
some
we don't. Not at
sunlight.
that point in time. At that point of time, you're past the point of no return. So I'd like to know if I'm going to stop off at the tower or if I'm going to be in orbit. There's going to be a timer just to say you will lose your win streak at this point. You know, you've got 2 minutes.
thinking
Make the run
it's
now.
like no. I'm
Activity
thinking it's
streak,
like
not
if
a
you
win
haven't
streak.
played that activity in a day or a week or something, not minutes or hours. I
I
don't.
need minutes and hours. I need an on-screen timer to tell me if I'm going to lose that win streak. I need to know.
It's not
It's
a
a
win
make or
streak.
break moment for me.
You've already
Yeah.
lost a win streak. It's gone. It's an activity streak.
Ooh, got him.
No, it's a win streak for me. It's a win-win. It's a win-win-win.
Triple win streak.
It is.
Sound like triple.
I don't want to have to be one of those people that takes the controllers to the toilet with me. Don't want to. Don't make me do that, Bungie.
Yeah, no.
I have issues with my children eating and touching controllers. I couldn't do the toilet thing.
Yeah,
Do
but
we
no,
need to have a talk?
I'm very happy they did put in there that you can go to the tower and reset. You can reset your infamy as the week last week showed you. You should always be resetting things you can reset. Don't let your valor go because bad things could happen if you don't reset your valor and then say jump into a raid. Just throwing that out there. No reason.
I
And
don't.
then as
I remember that being a thing, but I forgot why. That's a thing.
movie of the week last week, there was a
Yeah, I remember.
very
that.
very disappointing moment where the valor demanded to be reset at an inopportune time.
Yeah, you know the YouTuber above, the guy that's named above.
I
He
don't
put
think
out a
he's a
video
thing.
hashtag
That's not
movie of the
real.
week.
Not real.
I explained this to you. I explained what happened.
It's not real.
Okay.
Well, in our shared delusion that happened last week, you should reset things.
No.
As with
The
the
movie of the week.
Crucible
I
and
get it.
Gambit, Zavala will also be hosting his week-long reputation bonuses throughout the season. Stay tuned for the game announcements as you normally would see them. And as Bungie said above, every time you see, hey, this has been boosted 2 times. 2 times is the boost. There is no big boost, little boost, somewhat boost. It's going to be doubled, period, full stop, end of story. So what happens to our seasonal ritual weapons, quests, and ornaments? So next season, we are moving the seasonal ritual weapons and ornaments to reputation reward tracks of Vanguard, Crucible, and Gambit. As players increase their reputation through the season, they'll work toward unlocking the weapon and ornament from each vendor, except for Gambit, because no one's going to do Gambit, let's be honest here.
Is it actually saying except for Gambit? Where?
I say, except for Gambit, because I know only I will be doing the Gambit one and nobody else.
What are you talking about? If you look at my stream right now, I am wearing the ornament from Gambit. All right.
I'm not looking in your stream because I'm reading the TWAB and I can't do both because the TWAB isn't in your stream.
See, I'm the guy that will get the Vanguard and the Gambit, but you'll never see the Crucible one.
Well, there you go. They're also going to update the seasonal challenges, removing things like In It for the Infamy in favor of challenges to earn ritual weapon rewards.
Yeah, that.
And another hot topic, Grandmasters and Conqueror gilding. Why do it? Why have it? Why is it a thing? So back when they introduced the Grandmaster Nightfalls and the Conqueror title, with gilding seals still 9 months away, they wanted to give players the hard-to-reach goal that measured both skill, communication, build crafting, and time commitment, but was also mindful of the player's time and real-life schedules. They saw a lot of feedback about the rewards and the general time commitment to reach the Grandmaster levels, so they've been making some improvements season over season. They added better masterworking material drops, adept weapons, mods, and title gilding. Seasonal challenges and plus 10 power seasons means it's never been easier to get to the pinnacle and artifact power needed earlier in the season. The addition of the catch-up node, which currently appears during the final 3 weeks of the given season, helped many players conquer the aspirational content, even if they couldn't play every week of the given season. So thanks to these changes, they've seen a bunch more people gilding their Conqueror titles than ever before. They still believe that starting in week 7 gives the Grandmasters a nice seasonal cadence. Waiting until the final 3 weeks of the season to gilding no longer feels correct, however. We'd like players to play the week's Grandmaster Nightfalls for rewards, not Lake of Shadows. I mean, the easiest perceived strike. Later in Season 15, we're planning to make the following changes to the Grandmaster Catch-Up node to let players gild their title earlier in the season, while also addressing the concerns for the single strike being the boon for high-tier rewards over the last 3 weeks of the season. So these are all changes coming in Season 15, this next season. The Grandmaster Catch-Up node will become available at the same time that the Grandmaster difficulty is available. So as long as you have the Conqueror title, but have not gilded it yet this season. So if you've done a Conqueror title, period, full stop, anytime in Season 13 or this current Season 14, by the time your Grandmasters become available next season, in Season 15, you will have access to that node that lets you play any single Grandmaster Nightfall when the Grandmasters become available. So if you don't have your Conqueror title,
no,
you still have to wait.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. I feel that is what is the reasoning behind that? Why is it just not unlocked as soon as the Grandmasters are available?
Because they want
That
you to
may-
gild and give you a reason to gild.
No, I
just
understand that.
and
But
show it off for
surely,
more than 3 weeks.
surely, if when they become available, it should be available for you to select any of those Nightfalls, because you have to do all of them to gild it in the first place.
Well, that's
So
what they're
surely
saying.
if-
They're saying the catch-up node, which is the catch-up node, is the let me select any of them. That's going to be available to you when the
Yes.
Grandmasters become available.
No,
You're
no,
no
I
longer going to have
understand.
to wait.
But say I don't gild my say I don't get my Conqueror title this season. Next season, I'm being held back, even if I get to the power level like I have this season earlier than when they all go live. I'm being hampered because Bungie have put a block there to say, even though you're at the power level to get into these things, you're still not allowed to do it until the end of the season because you haven't bothered to conquer your title beforehand. I don't see how that's fair. I think it should just be unlocked as soon as the Grandmasters are available. You can go and, if you, it doesn't make any sense, because if you've already got your Conqueror title, you go in day one, you can gild it because you have to play all 6 and complete them all. And then you're just kind of, those people that have already conquered can gild and get out and just stop playing for the rest of the season. Whereas at the moment, where they space it out over the 6 weeks, those people that are dedicated to gilding that title will come back each week to do the Nightfall on those weeks. They don't wait till the end of the week. They don't wait till the end of the season. It's the people that haven't got the light, that haven't got to the point of being able to do it, that barely scrape it through at the end of the season, that we kind of do, oh, maybe if we can, we do it at the last 3 weeks. If it's opened up at the beginning of the season, why is it just being segregated for the elitists? I don't understand that.
Because you've had 2 seasons to get it done. You slacker. Get it done.
Also, I think you just answered your own question.
What's the matter, woman?
Needs to happen at the beginning of the season.
You're not happy about the beginning of the season?
No.
No?
I don't.
Deacon, come on. Give us your thoughts. Come on.
Hang on. Let's turn the mic around. What do you have to say?
Silence.
You interject. You get in.
In the last few weeks. I'm not doing it all season. It's disgusting. I'm fed up with it. They're not real players anyway.
You're not even a real player. That's your problem. If you were a real player and you were truly dedicated, you would have the seal. Even Deacon agrees with us.
Right? Deacon said even I could do this by now. Come on, man.
Yeah, Deacon's gilded her seal already. I don't know what you're waiting for.
Ooh, how funny would that be, though? Honestly speaking, she's like a closet Destiny player and just gives her husband crap for no reason. That would be awesome.
Maybe she's actually houndish. Maybe we've been wrong the whole time.
it's just her with one of those voice synthesizers.
So now that Mr. Disagreeable has been lured off by Deacon, the second change, because there's 4, we've only gotten to the first one.
Oh
So
my!
Each Grandmaster Nightfall will be available if the fire team leader has not completed the Gilding Triumph for that strike during the season. Each Grandmaster Nightfall will be available if the fire team leader has not completed Gilding Triumph for that strike during the season. Which are words, and my brain is having a hard time processing them. So yeah. In other words, you may play each featured strike for a season to earn your gilded title. Okay. Once you've gilded your title, the catch-up node will no longer be available. Okay, so they're going to give you the catch-up node quicker if you have the Conqueror title, but once you gild the title, they're going to take the node away from you? Is that how you're seeing this respawn?
I'm reading it, but I'm not understanding it. So, okay. Each Grandmaster Nightfall will be available if the fire team leader has not completed the Gilding Triumph for that strike during the season. In other words, you may play each featured strike for a season to earn your gilded title. Once you've gilded your title, the catch-up node will no longer be available. Yeah, I guess.
So it sounds like if you have the Conqueror title, you get access to the node earlier, but once you've gilded that title for the season, you then as a player lose access to the catch-up node. Now you could play with somebody else to help them gild their title, but you could then not go in to the catch-up node and just, farm Lake of Shadows over and over and over again for rewards. So you can still help your friends out, but you can't just sit and farm all day, every day in the Grandmaster Nightfalls. Right, yeah.
You could, if you don't gild it. So if Lake of Shadows did come up, you could just
don't accept
farm
the
that
gilded
over
title,
and over again.
Right? What if you've met the requirements?
Oh yeah, that's true.
If you haven't
I wonder if it's
accepted the
triggered on
guild
that.
title. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So I wonder if it's based on that. You have to actually apply it, or all this is a moot point.
Mm-hmm.
You can either show it off, or it seems like a lot of. It seems like a really good idea in theory, but I'm not sure how it's going to work in practice. It seems like, hey, we've made these changes, but there's a big giant workaround in the middle of it. I mean, this is an area sort of like Trials where I'm like, okay, fine, make changes. I don't really care because it's not a thing I'm terribly interested in doing. But so at least they are making changes to it, and I don't know. We'll see how these go, or if it even makes it into the game in this state, or if they go, never mind, we need to do this, and this instead, or add this to it, or remove that from it.
Before I was distracted, I was trying to get onto a role of explaining my theory behind the reason why I was upset about this.
Nitedemon rants.
Uh-oh.
Right, so this season I've got to 1320. My artifact is up to, I think, plus 18, which is really nice to be at this point in the season, to be able to do, like, I was able to do the Grandmasters like the first week, which was really nice. But what I don't understand is that I'm now kind of being cut off from being able to do the Grandmaster's selection to maybe do my Conqueror title early next season, not specifically to gild it, but just to get the Conqueror title. Because I'm a person that doesn't have, I'm not on every week, the same time, every day. And if I can get a group early, like if I did an LFG, or if I got clanmates together and it was on a specific day and they were all available and we could just sit down and knock all of those out on that day, rather than having to panic at maybe trying to gild that title or get the Conqueror title in the last 3 weeks, because I'm not guaranteed to, do it the first week or the second week of when those nightfalls come up. Sometimes I do have to wait until everything's available. And even then, the last couple of times that the Conqueror title has been available to do, I haven't been able to either find a group or have time to find a group to sit down and do all 6 in one go. So for the ability to have it there unlockable early would be, just an added bonus to be able to get the Conqueror title. But then to not actually have access to it because I haven't met the requirements of doing the title doesn't seem fair. If you see what I mean. Why am I being punished for the fact that I haven't had the time to actually do that?
Well,
Or being punished the fact
like
that
Peroty said,
if I want to do
if
it,
Deacon can get it done, you definitely can get it done. I don't know why you're complaining.
Are you being punished or are you just not being given the thing? Because right now, I mean, for you and I'm going to assume Respawn, nothing has changed.
Yep.
You know,
Nope.
none of us have our title. This changes nothing for us. So
well, it does. It does next
they've
season. It makes it
Well-
so the elitists can actually get it earlier.
right.
Which,
But
I
for us,
understand that.
for my gameplay, this changes nothing for me. Now, maybe this is where I go, oh, I'm close. Let me try to get my title this season so I can take advantage of this for next season. Maybe it'll
Okay.
aspire me to use Bungie's terms to get to get it done this season to take advantage of this for next season. But really, this changes nothing for me in the game. I don't have the title. It's still going to be the same way Grandmasters have always worked for me. Now, maybe next season, because of this, I'll be able to jump in with people sooner because I may have a friend that has a Conqueror title, and they'll have access to the thing earlier. I can jump in and help them, so it will help me get my title quicker. So maybe it's they're hoping it'll be sort of like a catch-up mechanic overall like that. Get yourself a friend, find yourself a buddy, an LFG group who can do this early, because they'll be looking for people to drag through. So even if you're a high enough level, again, you still need the time to sit down and play and coordinate to get it done. But at least you'll have the opportunity to, and you don't have to say, okay, in the last 3 weeks, I have to make some time to do this. You'll have a much longer time to do it. So, I don't know.
You're just butthurt.
No, doesn't make sense to me. I'm a dedicated player to the game, and I'm being cut off because I haven't managed to get the Conquer title beforehand. But now with this new way of them working out how they're doing the light, and it's only a 10 light jump, it's easier for me to get to the higher light and then be able to get into the Grandmasters. But then,
So what are you waiting for? Get it done.
yeah,
Right?
but yeah,
There's a whole lot of complaining and not a whole lot of rating. What's going on?
I do rating sometimes. But what I'm saying is that next season, say for instance, all three of us got to the light requirement for the Grandmasters as soon as they went live. We would then have to wait each week to get in and do it. Or, as Peroty said, piggyback on, or find somebody to piggyback on, which then knocks one of us out of the rotation because we'd have to kind of either wait for the other two to go through with that one person, or just wait until those weeks come up, which doesn't seem fair. No?
None of this is fair.
No.
It's a video game. It's not going to be fair.
Just, I'm losing the will to live with this argument because you two don't care, do you?
No.
No, not really. I mean,
Not even a little.
Honestly, I look at this the same way I read, hey, we're making changes to trials, and I go, that's nice. The twice that I ever interact with this, that'll be a thing I might think about. But yeah, no, again, it doesn't change my experience with the game at all. So I'm having a hard time being invested.
No, if they made the changes that Demon was talking about for trials, I'd be very much interested. Where, like, if you've gone flawless, you're in a different bracket kind of thing. Cool. Now I'm going to go play it. But until that day comes, I'm just like, meh.
Yeah, that's sort of how I feel about the Grandmasters. I'm like, yeah, it's there. It's things I could have, but I'm just not that motivated to take them on and hurt myself like that.
Exactly.
I mean, I think that I've been just sitting thinking about this whilst you were reading. And to be honest, I think it all just boils down to PvP. It really does just all boil down to PvP because a lot of the player base play Grandmasters, play Trials, play whatever the game mode is to get the best armor, to get the best weapons. And a lot of them take it into PvP. And I think where they haven't iterated or expanded on PvP for so long with the maps, with the gameplay, I think that's what's hurting the game, to be honest. I think because there isn't an avenue for you to take your sought after weapons into, that's what's hurting the game. People aren't inspired to play the Grandmasters and slog it out to find this god tier weapon to then take into a game mode that is at the moment been was it something like 600 days without a new map, which is unheard of in constantly innovating. I mean, I think Fortnite, even though it's still in beta, I think has updated their maps and gameplay more often than Bungie has. They've put, more into it than anything. It's just, I understand.
They've nuked the whole world a time or two.
Yeah.
And honestly, I have the same problem with Nightfalls and Strikes. When was the last time we got a new one? When was the last change that were made to them? I can't break. Like, that's why, I only have 6,000 or 7,000 Vanguard tokens. I don't play Strikes. I might do 3 in a week for the Pinnacle, maybe, but even half the time I just go, I can't be bothered. Like, I cannot care about them at all. I've run them all a trillion times. I don't care. They're not interesting. It's like, why would I do this to me, myself?
The reason why I was thinking about this is because of what Respawn was saying, that I'm obsessed with Iron Banner. I've got an addiction to it. And I think I have, because it's a limited time game mode that comes around every now and then. So it is something that slightly changes the way that PvP is played. Yes, it is like monthly. I think that's the reason why I like playing Iron Banner, because it is slightly different to the other game modes, and it is very limited. It's there for a week and then it's gone.
And
I think that's the reason.
And even just the nature of it being PvP, it's going to be, every Iron Banner match is going to be a different match. But yeah, maybe you win them all, you lose them all, whatever. But at least it's a different opportunity every time.
Yeah.
And I love how you just glanced right over that. You win them all, you lose them all, whatever.
Well, right. Well, I mean, honestly, I look at PvP like I look at Gambit. It's yes, you're going and playing the same game mode on the same 6 maps every single time. But at least there's a chance of something being different. Your experience in that game mode is different. Whereas every time I load into a strike, other than if I'm with, the level 600 dude or the level 3 dude, it's the same thing. It's the same progress. No matter how well or poorly you do on that strike, it's going to take you about the same time to get through it. I mean, yes, if your other 2 people quit out and it's just you, it might take a little bit longer. But there's no variation. There's nothing interesting. And it's not even like you can be overpowered and race through it. There's still time gated. At least with Gambit and Crucible especially, it's a different experience. Yeah, I mean, you may load into Iron Banner or whatever solo and just get stomped over and over again. But there's at least a chance you won't. There's at least, you might be on the, triple gilded title unbroken team and just roll the other team. But Strikes, there's none of that. There's just no reason to play them at all. And so I'm with Nitedemon, and at least there's something different about it. Yeah, because I enjoy Iron Banner too. I enjoy it, and yeah, and it is a limited time. I like that it's, if it was something there all the time, looking at you, Battlegrounds, I wouldn't care about you. But if it's like, oh, it's up this week, it's like, okay, it's here this week. That gives me a reason to go play it. I'll usually jump into whatever the Crucible thing of the week is. At least to play 2 or 3. At least use that as my 3 games because it's something new to do. It's something different. Even if it's the same 16 maps or 10 maps in Crucible, whatever they are, they haven't changed since the Dark Ages. It's at least a different way to play those maps. In short, I agree with you.
Yeah, thank you. I think that's it. It's
all right. That's it. Thank you for joining us now.
Yeah. I mean, I know there are other game modes in PvP, but I think that's the fundamentals of the game. Is that it's always been a game where you get your god roll gun and you take it into PvP.
Yeah, I mean we're sort of in agreement.
Yeah.
So, Grandmasters, there are changes, and now there's charity. You can give money to Bungie. Bungie would love you to give more money. They smashed their $500,000 goal because this is Bungie. Currently, the Bungie Day campaign is sitting at $714,000 of their $777,000 goal. And as always, they're improving children's health and well-being, uplifting the voices and rights of all individuals and communities, and providing humanitarian aid in crisis. So yeah, the giving campaign is still going on. There's things you can give. There's a To the Witch Queen lore reading. I'm sure you guys have talked about it the last 2 weeks. I listened to the show on 2X, so I'm sure it was in there somewhere. But if you give your $10, you get the 2020 Bungie Foundation emblem. $25 or above, the new Circadian Guard emblem. $50 and above gives you the Buoyant Shell Ghost. And $75 or above gives you the new exotic Tiny Tank emote. which I got excited when it said tiny tank and then less excited when it said emote, and I couldn't drive around a tiny tank. So you have until July 20th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time to give your money to Bungie to use for good causes, and then you'll get things or you won't get things, but that's really up to you. Now,
Is it rewards
would you
of
like a
prime
free
variety?
thing? They are. If you want to get things for not giving Bungie money, but instead give Jeff Bezos money, you can do that. Because if you have Amazon Prime, you can get some rewards
Isn't he left now?
for free. It's still his money. It all goes to him. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
I was gonna say, doesn't I thought he didn't own it anymore, but yeah, okay.
It doesn't matter. It's still his money.
We'll go with that.
It's all Jeffrey's money. It's just Jeffrey's money. We live in his world.
So Jeffrey's rewards for this
So-
month.
Mhm.
Let's not call it that. No.
Nope. They are Jeffrey rewards. Your
Damn
Jeffrey
it.
rewards for the month. You can break the Dawn exotic ornament, and that goes on your merciless exotic fusion rifle, which
You also
I
get.
suppose is a gun still in the game.
Apparently
Which you'll
it's
also
really
get from
good.
this lovely Jeffrey reward. Is it now? Because I know it was broken for like most of 2020, so I'm glad that they fixed it and now it's good.
Oh look, Jeff's give you an exotic ship as well.
Yeah, the Symmetry Flight Exotic ship to get you into the battlefield, and then your Soul Velocity Legendary Sparrow. So you can hop in your ship, load up your Sparrow, grab your Merciless, put an ornament on it, and then murder people in the name of Jeffrey.
I finally
So-
got that, by the way. The ornament and the ornament for the big exotic linear fusion. I got both of those this week. Finally.
People not
So,
caring.
ha! I care, and I'm sharing.
Nobody cares.
But,
Ah!
not from, but you got them not from Jeffrey?
No.
On your very own? Oh. Well, if you didn't get them on your own and need to get them from Jeffrey, link your Bungie account to your Amazon Prime, hit the button in the TWAB, you will get things. As a reminder, you get things like every week or so. There's more things to get, or every couple weeks. So keep an eye on the TWAB because there's lots of free things Bungie will just hand you in the name of Jeffrey.
FYI, I meant the catalyst, not the.
Oh, so you didn't get it. You're trying to steal Jeffrey's thunder.
Yeah.
No,
Jeffrey doesn't take kindly to that.
I meant the skin, the skins for that. Not the, damn it!
Go.
The catalyst for that gun, not the skins for that gun.
You wonder why your jacket took so long because you took the name Jeffrey in vain and he said, don't allow things to go to this address. He is FedEx. JeffX. And now we're going to let it glow. Let it glow. Let it glow.
Over the last couple of weeks, Peroty has been missing. So our player support has been very lacking. He's now back to tell you more stuff.
I am here to support the players on your hunt for the missing Solstice of Heroes packages. These little boxes are important to those looking to earn their white glows for the fresh new armor sets, not to mention the Guardians looking for a sweet new shotgun. If you've fallen victim to the case of the missing Solstice packages, we've got some information for you. And this is an issue, unfortunately, you cannot bring to Jeffrey Bezos. He cannot help you. So,
Sure he
you're
can,
missing
but he won't.
Solstice consumables. Upon investigation of reports of missing Solstice packages and Solstice key fragments, it was discovered that creating new characters will result in all packages and all key fragments being removed from your player's consumable inventory. So, as a result, players are encouraged, deeply encouraged, not to create new characters during the Solstice 2021 event while they have these items in their inventory to ensure they are not lost for all time.
Wow.
If you are
coding
eager,
is hard.
if you're eager to create a new character, please be sure to spend all your packages and key fragments prior to doing so. Yikes.
A little
So
bit.
yeah, don't do that. It's your second chances emblem. They've identified an issue preventing players from completing the New Light introductory mission from receiving the second chance emblem from the Bungie rewards. This will be resolved in an upcoming update, and the emblem will become available to all players who have completed it. Yes.
Nice.
Completed the New Light introductory mission. Because words are hard.
Agreed.
And I've gotten my email about this, and you've probably gotten your email about this. The new Bungie store beta launch date. On July 20th, they're rolling out a new Bungie store. This doesn't matter to you, except you'll need to create a new password before you go shopping at the Bungie store again. They sent an email out sometime last week saying, hey, you don't have to do anything now, but after July 20th, if you want to buy things from the store, you got to make a new password. So that's a thing that's coming. Please note that any generated Bungie reward codes for the Vault of Glass art print, Descendant seal, Splintered seal, Splicer seal, Expunge hoodie, or Solstice of Heroes t-shirt will no longer be valid after July 20th. So if you have a code and you either want to use it or give it to a friend, do it before the 20th, because when the store rolls over, all the codes you have that I just listed no longer work.
Yep.
And now, as always, there are a couple of known issues. More than a couple. The Solstice of Heroes 2021 armor glows for Warlocks always display the stasis glow when wearing the Fellwinter's helm.
That was an issue last year.
Still an issue. Upgrading Solstice armor to the Magnificent set may drop the armor's power level to 1100. Which I feel like
that we did
last
discuss.
week.
Yep.
Yeah. Your PlayStation 4 controller may no longer be recognized by Destiny 2 and playing on Steam. That seems interesting.
Say that again?
If you're trying to use your PS4 controller on Steam, Destiny 2 may no longer recognize it. Just another reason to use Xbox controllers, guys. We've been trying to tell you people.
Right.
And then one that I know was discussed last week. Reissued Dreaming City weapons are not dropping as intended.
Still? They didn't fix that yet? Oh, man.
No, that was the thing that you brought up and said, guys, has this been happening? And we were like, no, we haven't heard anything. And it was like three or 4 days after the TWAB. And then I think it was the Monday I sent you the message, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, and this week they were like, hey guys, you know those things we told you were coming back? We put pictures in them and everything and made a big deal about? Yeah, we didn't actually push that code to have them drop in the game.
No, they're dropping, but they're not dropping it as intended.
Oh, as intended. Oh.
Yeah.
They're very
Like
vague
all
on the
last
intended.
week. I spent about a week inside of the Dreaming
No,
City,
you
and the
didn't.
only
You
weapon...
probably spent
I
2
did.
hours one day and went,
No,
I'm not getting anything, I'm not coming back. Where's
No.
Monster Hunter World?
Look, I don't care what you have to say. First of
where's
all,
Death-
that
Bioshock
game nobody
Infinite.
plays that anymore because I've
Bioshock
already
Infinite, thank you.
100%
No,
of
it's
that.
Death Train
Thank
or
you.
something you just playing the other day.
No?
Something.
Were you playing
Bioshock
Death
Infinite
Train
this
on my
week.
Train
account?
Simulator.
Were you
Train
playing
Track
Monster Train on my
Simulator.
account? They're saying they
Garbage-
saw Monster Train, and it wasn't me, so it had to be you. So,
He's just
anyway.
making it worse at this
Hospital.
point.
what? Shut up.
Slime Rancher.
I was in the Dreaming City, and I got a bunch of armor, but the only weapon I got was the rocket launcher. That's it. And it only dropped.
Don't show it
one
off
time.
because not everybody's getting the rocket launchers. You're very lucky to get
Yeah.
that.
I don't want the rocket launcher. I want the Tiger
Don't
Spike.
you
I
be
want all of
ungrateful
the
to
Tiger
Bungie
Spike.
when they give you a weapon.
I'm
How dare
absolutely
you?
ungrateful because
How
it's not what
dare
I
you,
wanted.
son?
Keep the
Sit
daggone
down.
rocket launcher.
Sit
Actually,
down and take
it
your
actually
rocket
wasn't a
launcher
bad rocket
and you
launcher,
keep
though.
it. Other people are not getting anything.
I don't care. I don't care.
Maybe
I don't
respawn.
care.
Respawn? Maybe that's
What?
what's intended for you.
Yes.
My rocket launcher did drop with impact casing, auto loading
No,
holster,
don't
and
you come back and say I'm grateful for what the roles were
and,
now.
and chain
You were like,
reaction.
"Meh,
though,
meh, 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 meh."
but I only got the rocket launcher, and even though the rocket launcher has a pretty damn
Look.
god roll, I don't want it.
It's like
I'll
Father
trade you for a
Christmas.
God roll
You're
Tiger
not on
Spike.
the list for the Tiger Spike. You're not going to get one.
We don't
Leave
call
it.
him Father Christmas here.
Leave
His name
it.
is Santa.
Santa.
His name is Santa.
Santa. Santa
Yeah,
says no.
yeah. Santa didn't say anything.
He did. He said, Respawn,
Nope.
you've been very bad this year.
Yeah,
In a very
that's
British
just not-
voice,
I'm
he
bad
went,
every year.
Respawn, you're very bad.
very British voice.
That's-
You're very
I
bad.
really hope you keep
You're
that
not
in. That is awful.
getting a Tiger Spike.
no,
You know
I'm
I can
gonna watch.
improve it
I
in
gotta go
post,
back and watch.
Or just delete it.
Oh my god. No, you have to leave it in. And now I want to go back and I want to watch some of the old like Christmas specials, but like
Somebody can
in
clip
British
that out of your
voices.
stream.
Yeah, I mean it's in the stream too, so it's there for everyone,
For the one person that's
forever
watching.
and ever.
Someone should clip it and share it and use it as a ringtone.
Yeah, right.
Why not?
Or DM me and I can, give you your own personalized ringtone of it.
Oh,
That sounds like a good OnlyFans tier to
I
subscribe
do
to.
like that. Yeah, tier 3 subscription,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
which
the best
makes sense
respawn
since
in the
apparently.
world.
And just before we completely fall off the rails again, there's a beautiful video of using the mask backwards after Stasis was nerfed. An entire montage of that. Destiny 2 Clantage, Ronin movie of the week, and then some lovely artwork of little baby guardians as little babies.
Oh,
And yeah,
Itty bitty guardian.
so yeah,
is there
videos, artwork.
anything else hidden
Lovely.
at the bottom of the twab?
Since you said it like that, probably.
I'm just asking.
that
You
I-
know, if there was anything that we were missing.
Not that I noticed they. No, I think they just said go forth and slaughter people. Get your glows. August 24th is coming. They'll have some sandbox details and crossplay to cover between now and then. You know, nothing
I think
important.
it's talking about artist of the week. Maybe. Oh no.
No.
Stand by. Moving on.
We don't listen to you anyway.
Yeah. No,
Unless
there is
we are
nothing.
listening
Yeah.
to you.
Who knows? I don't know. Do you know? Does anybody really know? I don't know.
Well, Robot Respawn knows.
Now it's time for the Robot Respawn Report Roundup. You try saying that 20
Yay!
times fast.
I can't say that one time fast.
Normal regular respawn. Over to you.
I can't even say that one time fast. 20 times, you're really asking for a lot. Anyway, starting off with Destiny news. Destiny 2 players will get the missing 525 Bright Dust from the Season's 14 seasonal challenges in Season 15. You know what? I really, really need that 525 Bright Dust. That's really messing up my whole season. I gotta tell you.
I wish we were 526 bright dust.
Right? Paul Tassi, is he replying? I don't know.
He's asking questions.
He's asking questions. Okay, so does Battlegrounds being in Vanguard rank imply that they are staying past one more season? Any chance to make drop rates for playlist weapons go up with activity streak bonuses? What about Iron Banner? The last stockpile zillion tokens thing, in quotes. DMG replies, 1. Battlegrounds will be available throughout Season 15, and Team wanted to ensure they provided Vanguard rep as they fit that feel. 2. Team is aware of desires. We'll continue to pass the feedback along. Team wants to hit Iron Banner in the future. No ETA, and for the non-military, that means no estimated time of arrival. There you go. Now
Well,
you
surely
know.
it should be ETOA.
You're fired.
This is where your
DMG
military
says-
are going wrong.
No, that's too many letters. Okay,
You're missing out letters.
No, military people.
This is
we don't
why
care.
you're not a superpower
You never
anymore.
add.
That's it.
What? Who? Don't start a conversation we can't put on air. All right. All right. You stop.
Can't spell. You can't rule.
First of all, we never stopped ruling. All right. Second of all, nobody said spelling was a requirement as long as you have large guns.
Take out all the U's. You
That's
take out the O's.
That's
What are the
why
vowels,
Marines
consonants
can't
you're going to take
spell
out.
at all.
This is
Marines can't
Yeah,
spell at all,
exactly.
and yet they're the
Useless.
only military force in the world that
you're the
has yet
blunt
to
force
lose a
trauma of
battle.
the military. They throw you in at the deep end.
And yet we've never lost a battle. We don't even read. We have
That you
pictures
know
on
of.
the sides of our weapons that tell
That
us
you
how to
know
use
of.
it.
They don't tell you all the losses. They only tell you the wins.
How would you know if you lost?
Exactly.
Who's
Anyway.
keeping track?
So DMG says there will no longer be ritual-specific rules that impede progress. Gambit will no longer require wins for rep while in the legend band. Cool. I hated the stuff that's like, oh yeah, you win a match, you gain, you lose a match, you lose. That's ridiculous. It just prolongs the whole thing. So I'm glad they're getting rid of that. He was replying to Ivan, who says, my biggest concern is Gambit. Activity streaks, hell yes. My concern is being at legend rank. I hope we can get some progression, not a lot, and then it cuts it off. Anyway, Dema Viorel, I slaughtered that name, my bad, says, you do realize your frivol answer just got god-awful for many of us. Thank you, that guy's my spirit animal.
Yeah,
DMG
this guy is Respawn saying passing along to the team isn't helpful.
Exactly. Yeah. Also take a drink. So, DMG says, well, it's what we've got. We don't have news on next season for a while. Rather than go dark and cease comms, we have weekly blog articles covering QOL, which is quality of life. There's your O, you bet. Updates, charity, and other news that's fun to share. If you don't find
There's
value
no point
in
in
these,
putting the O in
feel
a different
free
sentence.
to check back
Makes
on
no sense.
8/24.
He's just the messenger. Do not shoot him. It will not help you.
Try to shoot.
It would.
He can't have guns anyway. They can't even have butter knives, so he's not shooting anything. Bungie says we're investigating an issue where reissued Dreaming City. Okay, well that's at the end of that.
They're still
they
not
haven't
dropping
said
as
that
intended.
They're investigating.
Yeah, they haven't
It's
fixed
important.
it.
You tell people they're investigating,
But they
why you're
haven't
not
fixed it.
getting anything more than your rocket launcher.
Well,
And I've already told you it's because you're on the naughty list.
Yeah, well, I'm not the only one. It would seem
No
that's on that
tiger
naughty list.
Everyone's on the naughty list.
Yeah, everybody who plays Destiny apparently is on the naughty list. Santa has spoken. We also have a shout out. Somebody said good things about the show. Somebody posted it. Now I can't find it. I was going to read it on the show.
That would be in questions and feedback. So.
That.
Where the questions and the feedback live.
There it is. Candace
Cleverly typed.
Williams. What's up? Just wanted to let you know I love listening to you guys' podcast. It was nice to listen to people who are kind of the same level as me, but also have learned a lot from it. So thanks, and hope you keep it up. Well, you know what? We appreciate the feedback. Keep it coming. My ego can never be sated. So there you go. I was going to say satiated, but that's the wrong way to use it. It should be sated, right? That's a proper way to use that word. My ego will never be sated, so keep the feedback. And if you can make it very specifically about me instead of you guys, that would be even better. Although these guys do need a line every now and then. So I guess it's whatever. Anyway.
When it came to it, it did actually say respawn. I changed it to you guys.
It did it? No, it didn't. There's no editing there.
You'll never know.
You'll
never know.
Well, there's no editing. There's no photoshopping. But either way, yeah, thanks for the feedback. We're always encouraged to listen, or not to listen, to see how our show affects other people, because we're kind of in our own bubble. I think it's amazing. Night Demon thinks it's and Paroty's just here for the ride. So any feedback you guys give us is much appreciated. He doesn't.
He reads.
Now,
for the next 6 months.
Now, inexplicably, Josh on Twitter provided feedback from the last episode, but has since deleted his feedback. Because I have a screenshot of it, but not the actual thing, because his account no longer has any tweets on it. So, Josh, whoever strange person you may be, Ralphie5137 on Twitter, yeah, I screenshot it. I'm calling you out, bud. There is no deleting. This is the real world. It's on your permanent record now.
Once it's on the internet, it never goes away.
He says, some misinformation regarding Master Vogue. You can get adept mods from Master Vogue. Also, Master Vogue doesn't have a soft light cap like Grandmasters do. So I know you all and Fuzco talked about Master Vogue last week, so he's saying you can get the mods from it.
Okay. Well, Bungie told us we couldn't. So,
well,
there's that.
Josh, the leader of tweets, says you can. So, I mean, who you gonna
well,
believe?
Maybe he deleted it because he's spreading misinformation. Can we get a second opinion?
Yeah, maybe. And now, he's been called out, so
yeah,
that's how the world works. Don't tweet at us if you don't want us to read it. We're wild. We're sneaky.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We have screenshotting abilities.
Top of this. Yeah.
You are lucky, Josh, that you didn't have a second name.
So
and he might be right for all I know, but I don't know. I haven't done Master Vogue, so I can't confirm or deny.
No, we're still waiting for our Fuzco feedback on that.
Oh, yeah.
So really, just go find any Josh you know and give him grief. He deserves it, probably.
Oh, that's a pretty common name, man.
That's what I'm saying.
There's gonna be a lot of very confused Joshes.
You act like that's not the point. Hello?
Goodness, I'm gonna die.
It's a target-rich environment out there.
Right? Overflowing with Joshes. It's a Josh-rich environment.
I do have something that I did learn this week that I can pass on to anybody.
What did you learn this week?
What did you learn?
Well, Respawn was talking, I think it was last week, or we were just talking about it.
You were listening?
With the Solstice. Yeah, I always listen to you. So we were
about
talking about the solstice
Yeah.
and the different boons that Eva gives you once you've completed different sets. So once you've gone from your blue armor to your purple armor to then your magnificent, which is the top one, it unlocks certain boons for then if you want to do it on other characters, and the progression moves faster. And what I found is I picked the Titan first, did him relatively quite quickly, very easy, then moved on to the Warlock, and then did the Hunter last. And with each one, the progression was a lot faster, which was really nice. So I managed to get through the blue armors and the purple armor. So I'm now on the magnificent set for all three. And what that actually does is then unlocks the possibility. There's another set of boons that are available. Or once you've got to the magnificent set, you are then able to, when you do the packages, you have a chance at getting the shotgun with different rolls on it. The something rose one.
Compass Rose.
Compass Rose.
Compass Rose,
Yeah.
that's the one. But what it also tells you on those boons, if you read it, is that once you start doing the masterworking of those magnificent sets, it gives you higher and higher chances of getting different rolls or higher rolls on the armor sets from opening the packages as well. And I think Jarv reiterated this in one of his videos this week, is that, make sure that you're trying to get yourself to the magnificent set, because then once you've kind of masterworked those, it will then give you higher stat rolls that you don't necessarily have to then go into raids. You don't have to go into Grandmasters to get these high stat rolled armors. These are like plus 60 rolls on stuff that is available just doing the EAZ. What I did find out this week is with the magnificent armor in the previous couple of years, if you have like the highest tier set of the Solstice armor and you complete an objective, so I think one of them, I think at the boots was like either kill 15 guardians in competitive PvP or 15 barrier champions, and I'd done that one because when I was on my Warlock, I had to play competitive PvP, and my Hunter, I'd had to play competitive PvP. So because I'd already unlocked the set on my Titan, that automatically completed for me. So that when it then came to unlocking it on the Warlock, it auto completed without me having to redo it again for the Warlock and then the Hunter. So then I thought I'll do a bit more testing and see if I can do anything else. So once I had all the three sets unlocked, I then went and did 3 of the lost sectors. You had to do a 1310 or a 1341, and I thought I'll go and do the 1310 one. And what I did was it's on the bond, the cloak, or the butt cape. So I did it on my Titan. I equipped the butt cape on my Titan. The Warlock, I had it equipped on his character, and then the Hunter, I put the cloak on just in my inventory on the character, but not actually equipped as wearing it. So I'll just test it to see if it does complete whilst either it's just the other character's wearing it and not wearing it. And the good news is that because I did the 3 lost sectors at 1310, it automatically completed it on the Warlock because she had it on, she was wearing it at the time, and it also did for the Hunter, who had it just in their inventory as well, which is good news. So that you then only have to do one version of each thing. So if you then go and do a raid and make sure that you've got that item equipped, I think it's the helmet, and you complete it, it doesn't necessarily then have to be equipped and on your characters that are off screen. Basically, you can just do it. So the Master or Grandmaster Nightfall Strike is the helmet, so it must be the gauntlets then. So yeah, that was interesting to find out. And once you've unlocked those, then that gives you the higher tier rolls of the armor. Once you do unlock them and masterwork them, that will give you the white glow. So if you are looking for any of the other people that are walking around the tower with the different coloured glows for your elements, those are the ones that you have to buy from Eververse. So it's either 6,000 bright dust or I can't remember what else. Respawn, you'll be able to tell us because you'd be able to pull up Eververse, won't you? Is it something? How much for silver for the elemental glows?
1,500. I'm sorry, 6,000 for the whole pack for bright dust, and then 1,500 silver.
There you go.
Oh.
So if you want the different colours, that's what you have to buy. You don't necessarily have to go through all the effort of making it glow. You can just by the various glows, but the white glow is the one that basically says that you've masterworked it.
That was a lot. That was a lot of work to do. I just got tired listening to all that.
You did. So Respawn, have we got a clan?
Do we?
We do. Just 2 other people. If someone's
There's
out there
somebody?
alone in the darkness, looking,
Respawn.
earning.
I found us another clan this week.
Did
Just
you?
surfing the Reddit. So, yeah,
Was it at?
Where you found it earlier.
Where?
in the show notes.
I don't
Still,
understand.
still in the show notes.
These are happening.
Still there. Hasn't moved.
Da. Shut up. Okay. Hold on. Did you? Let's see. Okay, working with it. Hold on. Okay, here we go. All right. Clan is called Thornhub Premium. Called Thornhub underscore Premium.
Their motto: together, with 2 hands, we can beat it.
Okay. It's it.
Hang on, it's taking your time. Yeah.
Shut up! Yeah. I got tears in my eyes. I can't read. Hold on. All right. We grow tired of joining clans that either weren't active or full of casuals afraid of higher in-game content, and decided to build a clan of our own. We enjoy Grandmaster Nightfalls and raids more than anything else in the game. Our team has already completed Master Vault twice with the raid challenge done both weeks so far. Casuals welcome. We have no issues teaching and helping you get completions, gear, and grow. Sweats are also welcome. We regularly have spots in our Master Race and Grandmasters and would love to have a roster or people to tackle this content. I'm guessing he meant to say a roster of people? Question mark? Whatever.
No, a roster all people.
Yeah, one or the other.
Okay. We are EST and CST time zones. That is Eastern Standard Time and Central Standard Time for all of those that don't care. And are typically play after work hours, 5 p.m. to midnight, typically every night. Hey, that's right up my alley. You're welcome to raid report me and the guys, as well as Grandmaster report us to verify that we do get our content done. Wow, guys, you are pretty intense, man! Anyway, their names are, their name again is Thornhub underscore Premium. That's Thornhub with a T8. Okay.
What platforms are they on recently?
They are on PS4, PS5, and that looks like it's it. If I'm reading this correctly. Yeah.
And I
There you
don't
go.
really feel like this needs to be added at this point, but their page just say 18 plus only, as our convos can get spicy.
Love it. Absolutely love it. 10 out of 10. Would recommend again.
And I found that on Reddit by Naughty Kool-Aid 32.
Is it Naughty Kool-Aid? I thought I saw something about a koala. Yeah, Naughty Koala. Oh, Kool-Aid. I can't read.
Ah, you can't read it. Oh, jeez.
Literacy is a thing I have yet to master. I'm in the
Indeed.
infancy of literacy.
Mm-hmm.
I am well intonated because I cannot read, so I make up for it by saying things very.
So I will link the Thornhub
meaningful
Premium
way.
Reddit post and the Bungie link as well if you want to kind of contact us.
Yeah, that. Love it.
And you know what, guys? I don't have any tips, tricks, guides, and builds this week for people.
That's not true.
It's true.
That's not true.
Not a single one. What did Deacon do to you?
Right.
Show us on the
Also-
dollar where you were hurt.
Also, you should know, Peroty, that your oiled age shader is for Bright Dust right now in the store.
Sir,
Algae.
Golden God beat
Algae.
you to that
Sorry.
days ago.
Okay,
Days ago, he notified me of this, and I purchased my oiled alligator, so I too can be the shiniest Titan ever to shine.
Yeah, I just saw it and I just bought it. So you get it when I get it. All right.
But that's true. If you, some number of episodes back, I was deeply blinded by G-Dad's oiled algae Titan shader because it is approximately as bright as the sun. And yeah, it's available.
Douchey of the night,
Come on,
blinded by
Which
the
may be calm by
light.
the time you hear this episode. But yeah, it's out there in the world. It's worth buying. It's amazing.
I only have one recommendation this week, which is the Massive Breakdown podcast, episode 220, where Kate Catcher and Mercules go over all the changes for what the meta could be or potentially could be in PvP in the next couple of weeks, because we've only just changed what's happened to shotguns and hand cannons with the ranges and pellet spreads and things like that. They waited a week until they kind of got some data in front of them before they kind of went through it. And some of the weapons, you know, I think we talked about a couple of weeks back that we knew were going to kind of come to the forefront, like the chaperone was going to kind of jump up there. But surprising to them, I think it was Ace of Spades. That's the one. So Ace of Spades has kind of jumped right up because it seems to be a lot higher usage than a lot of the other 140s. So yeah, check those guys out. They had a very, very good podcast this past week.
What caught me off guard, and this is one of the few videos that I saw, is the freaking Lord of Wolves is a thing again.
You keep going on about this. You said this last week.
Did I? I'm sorry.
Yes.
My bad.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. Peroty, you were here, weren't you, when we talked about
Well, there was
coming
another.
up to the
There was
forefront?
another video.
This is how long ago it was.
And next week, you're going to say, listen, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but hear me out, guys. Lord of Wolves is coming back.
I probably will.
And the week after that,
I saw a video and it put it in my brain again. I'm sorry, my brain is broken. All right, but I saw a video talking about how it's a thing again, and I just wanted to put it out there because I didn't tell you, but it's a thing again.
Unfortunately, no one's going to know what video because you have no idea where you saw it or who put it out.
Well, there's a bunch actually. There's just. I'm not even going to say video because you've probably already seen it. They're out there and they're freaking everywhere.
We went over it so many weeks back of what potentially the meta could be, and we highlighted that the Lord of Wolves was being used by a subset of people, and that it, because of the potential nerf to the shotguns, that this item would then kind of come to the forefront.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, it's just
shotguns are a thing. So there's only 2 things that I watched that were Destiny related and worth it this week. Not to say there isn't more, but only things I saw. Fallout plays. He played 50 games of Gambit and now he's dead inside.
That was hilarious.
Which really, anytime he says anything that ends with "I'm dead inside," I'm there. I'm watching it. It's amazing. I loved it.
It was so funny. That was honestly 10 out of 10. Really good content. You guys should watch it.
Yeah. So that's worth it just for the laugh and the soul crush, if nothing else. And then, and apologies, Nitedemon, you may have mentioned this in the last week because I'll be honest, I didn't really pay attention to the video at the end. Cool Guy did a video for Chroma Rush is statistically one of the best weapons in D2. And he just sort of goes over a whole bunch of different Chroma Rush rolls, different things you can put onto it. It's just a really nice, fast-firing 720 primary auto rifle, and who doesn't love one of those? So since we're sort of in the the season of farming right now, if you're saying what can I go hunt down, what's something I should be looking for, Chroma Rushes are a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. You should have a pile of them.
Yep.
So those are my only videos of the week.
And you can get so many.
I don't know why you think you can suddenly come back and sneak some videos in.
Because he just did. Hold on, let me check.
Didn't
you just do that? Yeah, he just did that.
Because I have all the power, and then you have the editing rights. So it doesn't. See, at the end of the day, I know what I do doesn't really matter because you get final say. So I can do and say whatever. What the people hear might be totally different, but I won't remember either, or am invested in it.
Do you remember what God roll he said was the one to look out for? Because I have a rampage heating up that I think is phenomenal.
He actually says, I actually like the video because he sort of says, like, depending what you're looking for, depending how you want to play it, there's a number of different roles that'll sort of be the God roll, depending which God you're looking to pray to this week.
Which God you pray to? Nice, like it.
Yeah, so I appreciate the depending how you want to use it here. And I also just want to mention that I got my Burning Pants of Titan the other day from the Lost Sector as well. So now I have all the fancy things. Now I can be one of those guys. Now that stasis is barely a thing of the past, I now have the pants to keep you warm at night.
Pants to keep you warm at night, doo-da, doo-da. He's got some pants to keep him warm, oh-de-doo-da day.
I tell you what, Peroty, once you go solo, you don't go back.
This is true. I was having a good time with those pants on the other day.
I think somebody's got a little inspiration for the Thorn Hub, guys.
The game was like, listen, you need to make solar orbs. And I was like, Don't worry. I got this. We can make this happen.
Got you covered, bruh.
Just for this purpose.
And nothing else. All right, gents. Well, we have a birthday party to get ready for. So unless there's anything else, we need to do an outro so I can skedaddle.
Well, I've managed to mute the robot so far, but he's desperately trying to get an outro for this very short show.
Is he?
But because you're back,
Back
I'd
again?
like to hand it back over to you.
Well, I mean, you could have the robot do it. The robot does a better job than me anyway.
No, we want you to do it though.
No,
We've missed it.
He sung the song. You're back. That's it.
Back again.
No more holidays. Yeah.
We have come. Oh, that's what you think, sir. I have an entire family and an extended family of pent up demand. So yeah,
Ruh-roh.
yeah, good times. People are getting married. They want you to visit them for their birth and their marriages. Yeah, people
How
come
dare
to
they?
Apply
I
for
don't.
the post of co-host at Two Titans and a Hunter at hotmail.com.
Yeah,
And give
you
a list of reasons why
Yeah.
you should be joining in the chair.
Yeah, give a list of reasons why you're better than me. It shouldn't take you a hard time to find out. You can do this. I have faith in each and every one of you.
I just want to make sure that you're aware, though, this is a stand-in co-host. This isn't a permanent position. So it's a temporary position at any time that he disappears. Because let's face it, Respawn doesn't disappear.
Unless you do a good enough job, and
Do I get to
Nitedemon
vote?
decides that you're
I have a
actually
vote.
Parody.
I'm just saying, at the end of the day, you have final say in all things. So you say this now, but your mind could be changed. You could get the perfect co-host, an even better wingman for Respawn, someone who can read and speak intelligently. You never know.
Actually, speaking of that, I mean, how long do we have to be on the show before it becomes all of ours, legally speaking? I mean, it was his original IP, but at some point in time, it becomes all of ours.
Once we start doing the editing, because he does the editing, and without that, there would be like 3 listeners to the show. So I mean, just being realistic here.
I got
You pay for the distribution each month.
I see.
Yeah.
Distribution is 9/10 the law.
Deacon, I don't pay for any distribution.
He pays for nothing. I don't know what we're talking about.
Nothing.
But thank you for joining us. Your Titans are Peroty and Nitedemon. Your hunters, no one responds in real life. Your lore scribe, who will be turning up any moment now, is not Arf.
Mhm.
Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. While you're waiting, you really should email the show at twotitansandahunter@hotmail.com and tell Nitedemon why you can do this better than I can. You can find the show on Twitter at twotitans_hunter, or if you tweet at us, we will screenshot, we will report. There is no hiding from us. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook at twotitansandahunter. You can find all your favorite Guardians on Xbox Live, Respawn on PC, and soon, Stadia everywhere. We're all moving to Stadia. It's going to be amazing.
Or PC2 next year around Christmas. Don't forget that.
Have you ordered your Steam Deck yet?
I pre-ordered it, yes.
That's the new Destiny platform.
I did, yeah. That's what I'm calling PC2, yeah. So,
And that's why you
yeah.
should listen to our show on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, and everywhere fine podcasts are sold, and watch the show on YouTube, because then you can watch Nitedemon do incredible things like fall off band cannons each and every week. And until next week, gents, say goodbye to the fine people, and make sure your Thornhub Premium subscriptions are all paid off.
Deuces?
Here we go. I don't like the English versions of like the Blu-rays. I got the American versions.
Yeah. And Respawn, we're his future.
Hold on. Well,
That's how
no.
this
We need to
works.
back up. Did they dub Marty and the Doc with British
Oh,
actors'
Jesus
voices?
Christ.
No. What do you mean the English version of Back to the Future? You got to break that down because that's never been a conversation we've had.
There's different things available in different countries. It's the same movies, but it may be different features, different add-ons, different bonus things.
Mhm. Yeah. At no point did I say anyone was dubbed.
That's why I asked. I didn't say you said. I
Why
asked
did your mind go
you.
directly to being dubbed?
Because I
Because
don't know.
English and British English are very hard to understand otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and in some cases, like the premiere blue, God, I keep wanting to say Bluetooth version, Blu-ray version of the movie, it may just be like this is in North America or U.S. only. Period. Full stop. You just can't buy it other places.
I mean, you should listen to Avengers Endgame Tony Stark sounds so much different with Sir Ian McKellen doing the voice.
If I knew who that was, that might be funnier to me.
Oh, that's beautiful.
He doesn't know who Ian McKellen is. Oh,
I don't know the name. I'm really bad with names. Like if you told me like what he played
if I
in,
told
what
you
he did.
Gandalf or Magneto,
Oh yeah. See, there you
you'd go,
That I know.
that British guy.
Yeah, that I know.
So
According
let's
to my
kick us
wife,
off with
we have
next
a
week
lot
in
of
Destiny.
Oh, okay. Yep.
No, go on then. We have a lot of lists.
Listeners in Brazil, because she's been, whenever we have a show out, she's an influencer both here and in Brazil. So whenever we put a show out, she, under her family section, puts our show. So apparently there's a lot of people that listen to our show that have no idea what we're saying, because most of them do not speak English, but they enjoy listening.
I'm
just
so
the same.
sorry. I'm so sorry. If you're using this as a tool to learn English, I am so sorry.
Yeah, don't let the British man or the Americans fool you. None of us are fluent in this language.
Nope.
We just
I don't think
I am
utterly
even
fail to
teachers
do
are
our
not
best.
fluent in, because we have two different versions of English here. You
Yeah,
know,
no,
we
wrong and wronger.
I make that
No, I
four
think there's
different
3
versions of
different
English.
versions. I think we are literally all speaking different parts of English language.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Accurate.
No, did you not get my message earlier?
No.
We're waiting on Arth. Arth should be here in about 7 minutes.
Okay.
He's joining us for some lore for the next half an hour.
Okay.
Fancy.
He didn't put it in there, so I guess we're not doing that thing this week.
No, he's definitely turning up.
That's
No,
you
what?
think.
That's not what I'm saying. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
What do you mean? You just got to wait here. Peroty and I are just going to go over there.
Mm-hmm.
You wait here for Arth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Oh yeah.
3,000 whoop-whoos later.
You know what? If I was a really bad person, I'd say all kinds of expletives and this and that and the other. Really make him work for the editing this week. Yep. Like, you know, all those things. That way when he pops back in, he's gonna be like, "What did you do?" Like, I do nothing. Nothing happened. Wasn't me. Definitely wasn't me. I don't know who it was, but it wasn't me.
Leo,
Yeah, what's up?
Arth's just coming.
I'm sure he is.
Yes?
I know. I believe you. No, wait, what's the